Good evening, good night. As many of you understand, I don't have a lot of motivation, and I'll try with the scraps of motivation that I have to actually continue with my studies, my research, just a little bit, and maybe hold a few videos that I wanted to hold, like both for mostly for documentation. Also, that I will have a clear agenda of what I'm going to try to do with regards to research, even though I don't have any motivation. I really need to find motivation because it's difficult. What I'm going to do now is actually to start. Before the microscopic work and further experimentation, I will. This short video, I will actually update on my personal feelings and the state of lack of motivation. And the next video, actually, maybe I'll do the fourth part of this research summary with regards to materials. I'll do it very shortly without elaboration because I really don't have I don't have the mood, but I want to do it just to finish it because I wanted to have the fourth part and of bots and guns and steel. So I'll do it shortly because I don't have the mood, but I want to put it behind me, as they say. And after that, I will, and still before the microscopic work, I will actually review the many mixtures that I want to watch under the microscope. You see, I prepared them here, many mixtures. So we will review. What are they actually? And so it will be like an agenda. And also I'll tell you, what kind of new mixture I want to create because I have new things that I want to do. I already prepared all sort of plastic containers and glass containers that I have from all sort of sources. The trash or what my mother brought me. So I will speak about what I want to do. So yes, that will be it. And then we'll start microscopic work and see how we continue. So I think the main issue, first, there is the disappointment that I didn't get really any real actual easing in the hearing that we had last week because I'm still under arrest without hours. It's called now מעצר אדם, not house arrest, but human arrest, which means that basically I need someone to work with me to whatever. Today, the manager here, escorted me to to a pharmacy, for example. But it's not feasible. You can't. Actually, I'm just. Under arrest. I cannot leave the house. I hope that I'll just have at least a couple of hours that I can walk outside. Even if I need to walk. I need to move myself. It's really difficult like that. Also, of course, when I have a couple of hours every day to actually be out, I can make arrangement with the bank or something like that. Get my situation to be a little bit better because right now I have no money at all, zero, and it's really difficult. And of course, why should we pretend that it's something else than what it is? It's the Israelis. Are pressing. They think Sunnis, and of course, like people in the hostel, you know, and you understand it's a gun, like it's a Shabak gun. I mean, they are all like scumbags, pedophiles that, I mean, you know, Shabak people that, as usual, I mean, like all my life, I mean, they get money to be my, I don't know, guards, like, I mean, like bodyguards or something like that, but in reality, they do whatever they can to torture, you know, and even just, I mean, by, you know, holding disgusting charades, you know, like the ever present, like, nudity that it's only, they always stretch the limits. That it seems that, I mean, it's so disgusting, but I've seen it so many times, and I just feel like, just, God, get me out of this shithole. This is a shithole with shit people. Get me out. But of course, their, you know, their mission is to get the nanobots and or the coffee or whatever they call it. And I mean, they don't have much to do besides their own, like the regular charades. That, I mean, it's part of the method that they've already like outlined. I mean, it's things that you just repeat and repeat. Very, very stupid and disgusting things that you repeat. I mean, together, of course, I mean, with the infinite like invasion into my privacy. I mean, I never had any privacy, but you know, not even like, I mean, it's such a torture because you watched and always like the beeps, the sounds. And I really asked myself, I mean, why do we even, when I'm like a prisoner of the state, like of such a, without trial, I mean, with torture, I mean, why do I even need to participate in any kind of like theater show of like trials? But I mean, and I don't. I mean, outside, I mean, the hearings that of the criminal case that, I mean, I think everyone already long ago forgot. I mean, what's the issue? I mean, what it's all about. I mean, it's about nothing at all. But of course, it's a way to put pressure on me, and maybe I'll elaborate on that very concisely just in a second. Actually, I mean, today and yesterday, and I mean, mostly this morning, I had like a change of heart, or just, I mean, a doubt, like maybe a doubt, like, you know, that my position, like, I mean, is that I don't need any theater show. Like, the theater shows are all against my interest and against the interest of the people that are most dear to me, which of course are my daughters. We don't need this theater show. We need the theater to be stopped, and we need to get out of the Nazi prison. Of course, this can only be done with like assistance of foreign like countries. And I would say in this occasion that something that I've said, like, about, not for the recording, that a country that, I mean, a state that actually wants us, like me, my daughters, I mean, they need to move arms and legs, not only because the situation requires arms and legs, but also because, I mean, what do you want us to? I mean, let's say that hypothetically we had like the option to actually fly wherever we want. At that current situation, I mean, wherever that, I mean, we go. I mean, if the people didn't do anything in order to actually, I mean, pave our way to them, I mean, it will be just like Israel. They will torture us and they will steal from us. And I mean, you need to have stakes in it. You need to actually not only want us to be in your state. And I mean, and there are so many reasons why you should like want it. I mean, it's incredibly. I mean, like, and first of all, the belief in God, and second, I mean, and like believing. I mean, so there's so many reasons. Like, but you need not only to want it, you need to do something, and you need and mostly, and you need to. And the first thing that you need to sacrifice is your presumably good relations with the state of Israel. Of course, there are states that, I mean, there are countries that don't have like good relationships with Israel, so they don't have much to sacrifice. And there are countries like China that are so big and powerful that I don't think that it's any. I mean, I don't see what's the stakes at all. I mean, Israel is just a like a nest of parasites. I mean, why? I mean, but in any case, my expectation is that the place that actually will host us in the future will be a place where the people actually did something, like move arms and legs, because otherwise they will not see the value that we bring, and it will be Israel all over again. That, I mean, you give everything, and in return they just, I mean, torture you. That's why it's so important that other nations will actually move arms and legs. So, and I mean, you can ask me, okay, so if China, for example, would not move arms and legs and will not sacrifice anything for whatever reason, but on the other hand, maybe like an Arab country, I don't know, like Egypt, or maybe not Arab, but Muslim country like Iran, will, like, I mean, want you to be, like, to host you, and like they will actually move arms and legs and sacrifice. So of course we will go there. I mean, it only makes sense to go to a place that people not only want you, but actually, like, gave something. So they will not. So they will appreciate, I mean, your stay. So regarding the courthouses, so that's my stand. That I don't need to participate in like sick charades. Like I already said that, I mean, the review that, I mean, like the social workers review, the Shoam social workers review is like a declaration of, like, interplanetary declaration of, like, hostilities, like starts like the initiation, the commencing of hostile relationship between interstellar and certainly interplanetary civilizations. I mean, giving it like any like consideration to it is just a sick show. I mean, do I actually need to respect it with any kind of comment? I mean, look what they do to me. I mean, they torture me all my life. I mean, what's this ridiculousness? So, and also I understood that, I mean, the Israelis wanted me to participate in the courtroom show for the same reason that they always wanted it. I mean, because they want to, like, to sell, I mean, this kind of like charade to the world that, I mean, yes, it's part of like it's courtroom. I mean, everything is fair, and and at the same time keep torturing me. And no, I wanted to be clear that my interest is to be rescued from the Nazi prison, not to participate in any theater show of a courtroom or any other theater show, or like trade, or like, I mean, like marketplace, or or all those other theater shows that, or like girlfriend theater show, or no, it's not my interest. My interest is to be rescued from this hell. Or like online, like site that you sell stuff. All those charades are not my interest. I need to be rescued, me and my daughters. So I thought, I mean, that like even my participation like in mock trials can hinder this process of rescuing me. And this morning I had like first time that I actually had like a little doubt, because I mean, God helped me and like solve this issue. But I admit that this morning I had like a little doubt, because I've received like the message in the WhatsApp group that, I mean, my daughters, I mean, the two of them, not the next Friday, but the Friday after that, like 14 days from now, they will have like the end of year party at their school. Like Hila, the younger, is at first grade, and Owen is in the second grade. And I remember that, I mean, of course, I went to every like party that he had in school, and also in their kindergarten since they were born, like always. And of course, to last year, like end of year party, like in school and in the kindergarten. And of course, I cannot attend this party. I cannot attend it, and like it really ripped my heart, because I understood, I mean, that they would be so, I mean, they of course, they miss me so much, and I mean, they want to be with me. I mean, they say it every day. I mean, every day that I speak to them, which is not every day actually, but when they call, I cannot call them, but they can call me. And so we do video talks, but I mean, there's something about that, like the end of year of the first grade, and also the second, but also, I mean, that is really touching. I mean, because I understood how they wanted me actually to be there. And I can say for myself that when I was about that age, like around 6 years old, something like that, it was the height of the struggle between my parents. I mean, they divorced eventually, and the divorce, took several years that, were filled with trouble. It was not a good divorce at all, and a lot of misery. And even after the divorce, it never really settled. Until we grew up. But there were more years like of all sort of like fighting that affected us greatly, because both of them, we were three brothers, very close in age. I'm in the middle, and like my older brother actually committed suicide actually when he was 26 years old. I was almost 24, and my younger brother is like 2 years younger than me, and Uri. So and parents, it was the ugly divorce that affected the children greatly. And one thing that I remember, even though it wasn't that important, because there were so many things that were more important, but you cannot really, it's difficult to understand what young children actually remember. And because but there is something, one occasion, one event from when I was about 6 years old. It was really the height of the struggle. It was a very low point in the conflict, and the children were involved. Because my parents, are, like many people that belong to the intelligence community in Israel, they are children themselves, and certainly that back then, they were they didn't have any they grew up a bit since then, but certainly, back then they were two children in the worst, in the worst possible way that is so common in the Israeli intelligence, and I've spoken about it quite a bit already. But yes, when two children, nasty children, are getting divorced, the real children will certainly suffer greatly. Because they will not be shielded at all. They would not be shielded at all. On the contrary, from everything. And I remember that I was 6 years old, and it was the end of the first grade. I entered the primary school when I was 5 years old. This was a move initially instead of 6. It was initiated by my mother, and actually it was turned out for the best, because I was very developed. Both physically and mentally. And actually, I actually when I entered the first grade, I even already knew how to read and write pretty well. Actually, when the year started, when I was just 5. So I was always, since first grade, I was always physically one of the biggest in the class, tallest and biggest in all dimensions. So it was for the best. Anyway, I was 6 years old, and it was the end of the first grade, and there was a party, a scheduled party, end of the year, and with ceremony, and all sorts of songs and things like that. And of course, that all parents were invited. And I remember that I was terrified by the thought that I was terrified that either not both of them will come, or that they will fight during the party itself. They will they will shout to each other in the party, and in front of all the people. And I really remember it. And it's such a small and things that are considerably of more significance, and also more emotional pain happened before and after that. Years before that and years after that. And I don't know why this specifically was so. I was extremely troubled by this thought. I remember even part of of the ceremony, what actually we did, the show, that it was a ship, a boat that was made of chair, and I sat on the and they put it they put me, and as I said, I was very it was very big, and so they put me and another boy that was very, very tall, I remember him, even though I haven't spoken with him maybe like 25 years or 30 years, but his name was Benny, and I remember Benny Abramovsky. I remember that we both sat like in the first row, like off the boat, like because, I mean, I guess the teacher thought that it's like nice to I don't know, sort like students by height, and we were the tallest, and I was so frightened like for many days that and I couldn't speak about it with them because they were so occupied with the nasty divorce. Eventually they both actually came to the party and why not, and they behaved very well, and everything went as it should, and so nothing really happened. It was totally normal, like end of year party. They just came, both father and mother, but I really remember being terrified, like that they will not come or they will fight, and I cannot explain why specifically this, because it was not that important. But you cannot know what will affect the mind of a child and what he or she will remember. So yeah, given that kind of like memory, you understand why it was. I thought that. And so I received, this morning or yesterday night, the messages regarding the end of year party of like both of them, both would be like, during Friday morning, 14 days from now. And for the first time I thought to myself, maybe I will ask, I'll write like a motion or a plea to the court, to the family court, to allow me to attend this party. Actually, now I cannot even like attend Shoam at all, because during the last hearing, like of the criminal hearing, actually for some reason the judge like even tightened in a bit. The terms of the arrest, in that he added the another statement that I cannot enter the city of Shoam at all, where my children actually like live. And this was, I have no idea why, besides, the Shabak wants, to press harder on me, because I haven't tried to actually go to Shoam enter Shoam for more than half a year now, like 6 months, and more, like 7 months that I haven't even tried to actually go there, and I've never contacted my ex-wife or things like that in any way at all. Only I never called her, or contacted in any way. Even when I violated the terms of my arrest, it was like I had to, I left my mother's apartment, like in the hours that I was not allowed, because, the torture that I was subjected in this apartment. But I didn't go to Shoam, or, that I went to my grandmother's apartment, house, to rest there for a while. And then I returned to Rishon LeZion, to my mother's apartment. So why after 7 months this kind of like a new edition of not that I cannot even enter the city of Shoam? I don't know. But again, I don't have any other reason that besides more torture from the the hands of the Shabak. So I thought maybe for the first time, yes, ask the family court to actually allow me to attend this party in Shoam. 14 days from now, and both parties, like my daughter said. And I was kind of like during this day, I was really, today it's really bothered me. Because during the morning I thought maybe yes, I should ask the court, and maybe the court will refuse. Who said that they will actually agree? Probably they will ask. In such a case, they ask for the reply of the other side, and but we will speak about it in a bit, about the issue of other sides. And I was so divided. Because I really don't want to participate in this charade. It's a thick Soviet theater of the worst kind. It's worse than the worst mock trials that I ever had in Soviet Russia. This is a mock trial. Why do I need to actually participate in it? But on the other hand, I mean, maybe this participation will allow me to actually attend. I mean, it wouldn't change my situation at all, and I will still be detached from my daughters. But maybe even just, I mean, to go to the party, even that could be. Who knows? I mean, you know, and this, of course, in light of my own, like, I mean, experience as a child that was, for some reason, so intense, like around the end of like first grade party, and my parents. And so I was divided on the issue. I mean, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I would say that my heart wanted to like me to actually write this motion like this Sunday, like, and I mean send it this Sunday to the court. And like I don't need a lawyer for that. It's, I mean, I've done a lot of like such a request in the past. It's no big deal. But I mean, but my brain, I mean, said no, you should not do it. It's part of this sick participation in a sick theater show, and it will not give you any good. It will not just be more opportunity for those scumbags to, I mean, in Israel to put more pressure on you, and it will not be for the benefit of your daughters. So I was divided on the issue, and I was divided. And this afternoon, actually, and I also told, I mean, my mother to send like a message to my Inbals that I want like my daughters to actually call me today. I mean, sometimes they do it by their own volition, but today it was important for me that they will actually call me. And so I asked my mother to, I mean, so I cannot, and I never did actually. I mean, during the last 7 months since the arrest, and like contacting Val directly, but I mean, my mother can actually send her the message, so that's what she did. So this so this afternoon, actually, yes, I mean, my daughters actually called. I mean, the older one, and after that, I've spoken with the younger one, of course, and so I spoke with them, and it was very nice, and always, I mean, it's always a pleasure to speak with them, and always like when, I mean, when we finish the video conference, I mean, I'm so irritated, like, and you know, my hatred levels towards the state of Israel is skyrocketing, and you can understand why. Anyway, I mean, so Owen, the older one, told me that in 14 days, like, I mean, that in 2 weeks, I mean, Friday, there will be both like end of year party at school, and the evening before there will be the end of year like ceremony in like the gymnastic class that they have, like they both attend gymnastic class, like after school, like class, like evening class in Shoam, where they live, gymnastics. So it will be the end of year like ceremony where there will be, of course, kind of a show with all the students, and that they will participate in either of them, because it falls like both these events falls on like something that was like actually, I mean, on like a weekend in Eilat that they will go with their mother and their grandfather, like the father of their mother, and this kind of like weekends in Eilat, I mean, it's not the first time, it's maybe the fourth time that they do it. I mean, always with Yossi, I mean, their grandfather from the mother side, and like it's always like scheduled like many months before, like, so it's not something like that is just, I mean, you don't move it. I mean, I don't know how exactly it's fixed. I mean, maybe, I don't know, Rafael, I mean, he was like a retired, like he's a pensioner, like retired worker of Rafael, you know, the weapon industry. I mean, one of the branches of the weapon industry of Israel. So yeah, I guess they have all sorts of like things, like, I mean, into retirement, lots of like arrangements. So anyway, it's not something that you move. And I mean, of course they will go to 4 days from Thursday to Sunday, I mean, in Eilat with the mother and the grandfather. and they will not attend the end of year ceremonies both at school and in the after school gymnastic class. And they didn't seem to be bothered at all about it, because I mean they were very excited. To again be in Eilat, and all the like nice things that you that you have in such hotel. It's called a Kol Kalul, like everything is included. Like they already know what everything is included means. So they are excited. About it, and so yeah. No motion to the court is needed, and that will be it. It's a sick state. Sick people, sick state. Everything is disgusting in this place. And it's the last place on earth that I would actually want to raise my children. It's like I just want to get out of this nest of vipers and scumbags. It's just so disgusting, so disgusting. Anyway, as I said, I will start another video very shortly, which will be on the subject of the neos, like the nanobots and material. I will speak very briefly about it. As they say, לצאת ידי חובה in Hebrew, which means just for to put a V on it, to put it to check the checkbox of the fourth part, the part that I promised that I will do. So I'll do it, but I will speak very briefly because I really have no mood. But I wanted it done, so I'll do it in a couple of minutes. I will start the video. It's a very interesting and very important subject, but I have no mood for it. But I'll do it anyway. Maybe it will also give you a little bit some more background towards the microscopic works that I hope I will do this weekend, and also the new experiments that at least some of them actually are related to the issue of materials. Everything is related to material, because we are not transcendental creatures, and but specifically you understand that it's a specific issue of the issue of materials is for me is when I say material, I mean working not of construction of something, of a machine or a life form or a ring, but working, and not even or the theoretical. I don't know if it's even possible, but not the theoretical adjustment or changing of molecular structures in order to produce or to procure, I will say, valuable elements like gold, but working on the material itself, not necessarily in the elemental level, but in the molecular level, changing the molecules of the material to so it will have better from some kind of point of view, better qualities, I would say. So I'll speak about it. I will start the video very shortly.